Brothers and sisters, I don't know what it's like in your country. In our country, the issue of the vaccine is a very divisive issue. We've actually here in Israel had at least one congregation that has split because of this issue. Okay? There are well-meaning, Bible-believing, Holy Spirit praying, however you want to call it, okay? People, brothers and sisters, who have come to very, very diverse, divergent opinions on this issue. Think about that. And argue with each other. And try to convince each other. You know, I came to wait about a year ago when the whole vaccine thing started coming up and the research and this and that. I started, you know, I'm a leader, one of the leaders of a congregation. I researched, I came to my own conclusion about what was right. I thank God He put a brother in my life right there, but back in February, I think, who was coming to the opposite conclusion. A dear brother. And I remember we started to talk and he was sending me stuff, you know, read this, do that. I was sending him the other stuff. And we started to talk and I could feel that it wasn't going anywhere. And it was going somewhere. It was going the wrong place. And I learned back then, I said, wait a minute, this is not right. We don't need to argue about this. This is my brother. My unity and love and witness to the world that two people who have divergent opinions can still be in love with each other as believers in the Messiah is a lot more important to me than the vaccine or not the vaccine. Or here in Israel, in our politics, it was Bibi or not Bibi. In America, the Trump or not Trump, or this. The list goes on and on wherever you are. Maturity is knowing what are the fundamentals of the faith, what we will, die for, what hill to die on when it comes to doctrine, and then to know that there are a whole bunch of other things that have always been out there where Christians have widely divergent opinions. And guess what? It's okay. We all need to say to each other, I believe I've found God on this, and if I'm right, God will show you. Okay? And the other person is saying the same thing. If it's right, and guess what? God will show. Time will tell. We don't have to argue it. We've got other things to do. We've got the work of the kingdom to do, and we don't want to waste our time on that kind of debate. One of the most famous saying about this phrase, this sentence, in the essentials, that is the essentials of the faith, unity. In the non-essentials, liberty. Liberty. That means you're free to believe what you want to believe. I'm free to believe it. There's liberty. And in all things, charity, which was the way of saying love. We must love one another. Love one another. God so loved the world that He gave His only Son. That's His message, and we are His ambassadors. Okay?